If you've ever changed jobs in Australia, there's a good chance an old super fund is still open in your name right now. You're not paying it any attention, but it's paying itself, charging an admin fee and an insurance premium every single year, quietly eating into the retirement you're working so hard for. Around 4 million Australians hold 2 or more super accounts as of June 2025, according to the ATO, most without realising it. Today we'll fix that in 3 moves. Check for hidden accounts, compare their fees and insurance, then consolidate into the one fund you actually want. Here's the scale of it. As for estimates, unwanted multiple super accounts cost about $40 each per year, adding up to roughly $100 million in extra costs across the system annually, as for 2023. But here's the part nobody tells you. That's the system's cost. Your personal cost from just one extra account is far, far bigger. 3 moves and each one is free and takes under 20 minutes. Find your accounts, compare what they cost you, then consolidate them into one. The first problem is simple duplicated fees. Every super fund charges its own administration and investment fees, even on a tiny forgotten balance. Super is regulated by APRA, the prudential regulator that oversees your fund, but no regulator closes that old account for you. It just sits there, charging. Look at what one extra account costs. Uni supermodels that are got 100 admin fee on a second account from age 27 to 67, rising twice 2.5% a year with 6.3% net returns, can cut your retirement balance by up to $25,000, Uni Super 2023. Consolidate, and that fee drops to 0 while your full balance compounds for you. The second problem is sneakier. Duplicated insurance. Most funds automatically include default life and total and permanent disability cover when you join. So if you have 2 accounts, you're very likely paying 2 sets of premiums for overlapping cover you never actually chose or needed. And insurance compounds against you even harder. UniSuper's modelling shows a $315 a year premium on a second account from age 27 to 67, rising with wage inflation, can strip a further $100,000 from your retirement balance. Uni Super 2023. Every dollar of premium is a dollar that never earns returns for 40 years. Here's the myth that keeps people stuck, that having multiple funds is safer, like a backup if one fails. The fact is, Super is already diversified inside a single fund and regulated by APRA, ASIC and the ATO. Extra accounts don't add safety, they just add duplicated fees and premiums. Put both costs side by side, around $25,000 lost to duplicate admin fees and roughly $100,000 lost to duplicate insurance on one second account over 40 years. Uni Super 2023. Together, that's about $125,000 gone, purely for an account you forgot you had. Meet Jess. She's 32, a marketing manager earning $95,000 a year, with $55,000 in her main industry super fund and 35 years until she plans to retire. She only ever checks that one fund, assuming the ATO and her employer sort out the rest. Here's what Jess found when she actually logged in. First discovery, in MyGov, under ATO Super Managed, Jess saw 2 accounts under her tax file number. It's an old fund from a job she'd left with $8,000 sitting in it. Its disclosure statement showed an admin fee of $104 a year. On UniSuper's modelling basis, keeping it to age 67 could cost her around $16,000 to $20,000, UniSuper 2023. Second discovery, a different layer. Jess was being charged default life and TPD premiums in both funds, about $340 a year across the 2 accounts. Applying UniSuper's scenario of $315 a year on the second account over 35 years at 6.3% returns, she could lose roughly $80,000 to $90,000 from duplicate insurance alone. UniSuper 2023. Third discovery, the most jarring. Reading ASFA's analysis, Jess learned unwanted accounts fell from about 11.5 million in 2015 to around 2.5 million by 2022, yet roughly 4 million Australians still held 2 or more accounts in 2025 ATO. She realised she was quietly part of a $100 million a year problem. Add it all up for Jess. From one unnecessary second account with default insurance and a fixed admin fee, she's looking at about $100,000 less at retirement under these assumptions. Uni Super basis 2023. That's admin plus insurance over 35 years at 6.3% net returns, extrapolated from Uni Super's 40-year modelling. So could this be you? 3 signs. You've changed jobs and never closed the old super fund. You don't actually know how many accounts you have, or you haven't checked the insurance inside your super in years. If any of those ring true, the next 3 moves are for you. 3 moves. They're free, they're fast, and you can do all of them today. Let's do them. Move 1 is to find every account you have. Log into MyGov, link it to the ATO, then go to Super and Manage. There you'll see every eligible super account listed against your tax file number, including the ones you've completely forgotten about. This is general information, not personal advice. So, step by step, sign into MyGov and link your ATO account, open Super, then select Manage, and read the full list against your tax file number. What good looks like is 1 primary account taking your contributions. Anything extra is a red flag for consolidation. Move 2 is to compare what each fund actually costs. Download every fund's product disclosure statement and latest statement, then add up the admin fee, investment fees, and any insurance premiums. A6 Money Smart explains each fee type if you're unsure what you're looking at. Step by step. Log into each fund's portal and download the statement in PDS, list the admin fee, investment fees and premiums, then total each account and flag duplicates. What good looks like is 1 fund with transparent fees and a single appropriately sized insurance policy. Move 3 is the one that actually saves the money. Consolidating. Back in ATO online services, use the Transfer Super function, which only appears if you have more than 1 eligible account. Choose the fund you want to keep and authorize the transfer of the others into it. Step by step. In MyGov, go to ATO, then Super, then Manage, select Transfer Super, then choose your main fund and authorize the transfer. What good looks like is a single active account with your combined balance, 1 set of fees, and 1 insurance arrangement. Why is now the right time? Back in 2015, there were around 11.5 million unwanted accounts clogging the system. ASFA 2023. In 2021, Your Future, Your Super reforms introduced stapling, so your account follows you to a new job. By June 2022, that pushed unwanted accounts down to about 2.5 million. The system fixed the future, but your old forgotten account is still yours to close. Once you've acted, verify it worked. You should see 1 active account in MyGov holding your combined balance. Confirm your employer contributions now flow into that single fund. And if an old account still shows the transfer is just pending, check back in a few days. Everything here is drawn from ASFA, the ATO, ASIC's Money Smart, and UniSuper's published modelling. All the links are below in the description so you can check the numbers yourself. So now you know how to find, compare, and consolidate your super in under 20 minutes. Next week, we dig into whether the default insurance inside your super is actually worth keeping at all. If this saved you even 1 forgotten fee, hit subscribe. We read the fine print so you don't have to. We'll see you in the next one.